no performance.
Feet on the pavement, trying to dodge Satan, fighting temptations, God's in salvation. Haters keep hating, His love's the foundation. Heavenly grace, no time for vacation. Devil try to trap me, but he lame. Holy Spirit with me, bring the flame. Dodging all the evil, changing lanes. God's words are sword, cutting chains. Grace on my shoulder, sin's getting colder. Pray through the night, faith only bolder. Armor on my chest, spirit a soldier. God got the plans, He the controller. Jesus in my life got the king's crown. Lifting up my brothers when they down. Shouting out a name, won't be drowned. Love and light is all around. The devil tried to trap me, but he lame. Holy Spirit with me, bring the flame. Dodging all the evil, changing lanes. God's words are sword, cutting chains. Hustling for my soul, prayer my MO. Faith in my heart, I'm ready to go. Run this race, fast, not slow. God by my side, I glow. Devil tried to trap me, but he laughed. Holy Spirit with me, bring the flame. Dodging all the evil, changing lanes. God's word is sword, cutting chains. Hustling for my soul, prayer my MO. Faith in my heart, I'm ready to go. Run this race, fast, not slow. God by my side, I glow. Devil tried to trap me, but he laughed. Holy Spirit with me, bring the flame. Dodging all the evil, changing lanes. God's words are sword, cutting chains. Yeah. Holy Spirit with me, bring the
Go crazy.
dodging all the
Shedeur.
evil, changing lanes.
I think Shedeur continues to go crazy. Shedeur. 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 I think Shedeur continues to go crazy. Shedeur.
Boy, y'all hear
I
LeBron?
think Shedeur continues to go crazy. Shedeur.
Y'all hear
I think
LeBron?
Shedeur continues to go crazy. Shedeur.
What going on, man? We late again, man. I had went live early. Appreciate y'all for the one that came. I ain't got that many in here. They probably thought I was asleep already. I'm telling you, but I had to come back. I had to come back because it's too much info. It's too much info out here, man. It's too much info. It's too much stuff going on with 12. And y'all like, too much going on, man. It's too much going on. It's too much going on. Mr. Rodder, what's going on? I'm about to go ahead and jump into it. If they'll fall in. What's going on, PC? Appreciate you. Y'all hit that like button, that right. My dude right here got a little small channel, but he say something electric in the beginning. The same thing I said, but we got to do it again.
I believe that Fernando Mendoza and Dante Moore are overvalued prospects. And if you put Shedeur Sanders on either Indiana or Oregon last year, he would have been a lock top 5 pick in the NFL draft. First, just a couple of quick shout outs. Eric Schoenauer, Andrew Novak, Jake Sedlak, Hunter Wilkes, Rebecca Funk, DJ Cafe Frog, Gavin Watucky, Neil of Niels, and Anthony Evans. Thank you so much for being Patreon supporters. That is all linked below, as well as this film study breaking down some for you to view. 4 yards, be responsible for almost 400 yards for you to view. But let's get right into this. So we saw the Titans game. We saw Shedeur Sanders go out there, throw for 364 yards, be responsible for almost 400 yards of total offense, and score 4 touchdowns total. You don't do that on accident. But the fact that people are acting shocked by this just shows you how misinformed you might have been through this process, because you might have only tuned in to the coverage on Shedeur Sanders once the draft slides started, or once all these rumors started going on that is like, oh, he's actually not viewed as that great of a prospect. I've spoken out against this endlessly. I made a video on why I thought Shedeur Sanders should be a first rounder. And that film breakdown was from pre-draft, before he was even a Cleveland Brown. So this isn't me being biased. That is just what I derived from his tape. And again, you're seeing these things in real time, and they're happening more and more in these games that he's starting in the NFL. It's not an accident. This isn't like some miracle coaching job that Kevin Stefanski and Tommy Rees should be getting all the credit for. Should they receive some credit? Absolutely. And I understand when it comes to Kevin Stefanski, people don't want that. I'll probably give it more to Tommy Rees, former quarterback, Notre Dame offensive coordinator. Like, he's extremely qualified in that arena. Kevin Stefanski as well offensively, but he's got his own problems. We're not going to dive too much into that. The point I'm trying to make is that Shedeur has always had this within him. Did he have things to clean up? Absolutely. I talked about that in my film breakdown. Everybody knew his issues. Bailing out of the backside of the pocket, sometimes hanging around too much, holding on the ball too long, whatever. Rookie things that you get over, because when you see the good that comes the way he did against the Titans, that's when you see like, good things are coming. We can get more of this, and we just got to make the routine easier. But why did he slide to round 5?
This man said, put Shedeur on Indiana and Oregon, he'll be a top 5 draft pick. Easy. Top 5 draft pick. Easy. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, this getting out of hand. This is getting out of hand.
If the Browns fire Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Berry, that means like they clean house, get rid of this regime, which I want them to do. Okay, that is what I want them to do. I don't believe that you can roll into another season with any of these decision makers in the building. I just don't think you can do it. That does pose an issue for Shedeur Sanders and his future as the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns, because the new head coach and GM will have no allegiance to him. They're going to want to get their guy that they want to build around in the draft. That is all very well and true. That is also assuming that we are in the right position in the draft to take the guy they want. And I understand we have 2 first-round picks. We do have the ammo to trade up, but so do other teams, okay? This is where the whole bidding war thing comes in. Like, if you're not landing a top 2 pick, because as of right now, as of this recording, December 17th, 2025, I see 2 prospects worth taking in the first round. It's Fernando Mendoza. He will go number 1. So unless you land the number 1 overall pick, you are going to have to give up your other first-round pick and other assets to get to number 1, if that's the quarterback you want. The other guy is Dante Moore out of Oregon. Probably going to go number 2 in the draft, 2 or 3. If you're not in the top 3, your chances of landing one of those guys without giving up significant capital to do so is pretty slim. We'll see how everything goes. It's really hard to project out how things are going to play out without knowing where we're picking for sure, who the coach is, did we get rid of the GM, all that kind of stuff. At this point, I would like to move forward with Shedeur and build around him. In the same breath, I will say we got to get rid of AB, Kevin, clean house. I understand that it poses an issue. There's a little bit of a, double-edged sword there. If you want Sanders, then you probably got to keep these guys. If you want to get rid of these guys, you're probably not going to keep Sanders. Is there a way that we can get rid of these guys and still keep Sanders as the quarterback? Just remember, Jimmy Haslam will still, no matter which direction the team decides to go, Jimmy will still be the owner. Jimmy will still have input. And if Jimmy wants Shedeur Sanders to have 2026 as the team starter, no matter who the coaching staff is and who the front office is, then it will happen.
That's what I told y'all earlier, man. If y'all went on my live earlier, go watch my last video I just posted. I'm telling you, I said the same exact thing. I'm telling you, the billionaire owner got the final say. if he want to keep Shedeur Sanders as the franchise quarterback or believe Shedeur is the franchise quarterback, that's what the owner going to say. And he need to find a coach and a GM that believe in Shedeur. Why would you hire anybody and tell them to go make it how you want to when if you the owner and you believe in 12, then you going to tell this head coach, whoever you interviewing, this is your quarterback. We're going to build around him for the next 2 to 3 years, and we're going to see what happens. That's what I would do. It ain't no way around it. It ain't no way around it. And right now, Cleveland got the 4th overall pick right now. But before we get into that, I need to show y'all this right here. Look at this. Look at this right here. Can y'all see that? I know it's a little hard to read. Let's see, can I make it bigger? I can't make it. This about the best I can do right here. Let's talk. I seen this on Facebook on the Shedeur fans community page right here. And it said, let's talk quarterback impact, not narratives. Not narratives now. Quarterback taking ahead of Shedeur Sanders team record with quarterback versus without. Cam Ward, Miami, with 10-2, without 10-2. No change. Ole Miss, Jackson Dart, with 10-3, without 1-11. Improved. Louisville, Tyler Show, however you say his last name, with 8-3, without 8-3. No change. Alabama, Jalen Milroe, 9-4, without 10-3. Improved. Oregon, Dylan Gabriel, with 11-0, without 10-1. Same machine. Now let's talk Colorado. This is what I said earlier. Let's talk Colorado. With Shedeur Sanders, Colorado went 9-3. Without Shedeur Sanders, they went 3-9. That's a 6-win swing. So when people say, yeah, but the other guys won more, my question is simple. Were they the system or just in it? I told y'all the thing with Fernando Mendoza is the system. Just like Dylan Gabriel, system. They already had established culture and bringing all these big time players in, and the team was already good. Every other program stayed steady. Some even got better. Colorado fell off a cliff. What happens when the elite quarterbacks leave? Caleb Williams, USC. USC with Caleb Williams, 8-5. USC after Caleb, 7-6. Jaden Daniels, LSU, with Jaden, 10-3. Without, 9-4. Drake May, North Carolina, with 8-5. Without, 6-7. Michael Penix Jr., Washington, 14-1. Without, 6-7, even though the head coach did leave. J.J. McCarthy, Michigan, with 15-0. Without, after, 8-5. And the head coach left. Bo Nix, 12-2. After Bo Nix, 13-1. They increased, they win by 1. Let's keep going. More context matters. We're going to keep going with it. Bryce Young, Alabama, 1 win change. CJ Scribe, Ohio State, no change. Anthony Richardson, Florida, -1. That means they lost 1 more game than they won. Will Levy, Kentucky, no change. Hendon Hooker, Tennessee, -2 wins. Jake, whatever his name is, Fernando State, -1 win. You get what I'm saying here? You get what we doing? And before, this dude, whoever wrote this said, and before the comments start, yes, Sanders played with the Heisman winner. Cool. There are multiple Heisman winners on this list, multiple finalists, first-round receivers, NFL talent everywhere. Most of these programs are full football factories. They're built to reload. They're built to absorb departures. Yet when the quarterback left, the wins barely moved. Colorado lost their season calling and dropped 6 wins. No coaching change. No coaching change. No system reset. There's not a coincidence. That's value. So ask yourself, who raised the floor? Who raised the ceiling? Who absent left a crater? Some quarterbacks played in great situations. Some quarterback with Where's the situation? Great system reload. Great quarterbacks don't get replaced. Look at this year's Heisman winner, Mendoza. We still going. This is what I was trying to tell y'all earlier, man. Cal with Mendoza went 6-7. After Mendoza, 7-6. That's a 1-win change. Plus, on the positive side, now you telling me he with Indiana. Last season, they lost 1 game. This season, they undefeated in the regular season. Mendoza stepped into a strong, intact system that was already winning. That doesn't diminish his talent. It explains the stability. Because when the system stays intact, the wins usually do too. When a quarterback leaves and the wins leave with him, that's not narrative, that's impact. Y'all ain't with me. Give Shedeur a half-decent line, a real receiver one, a functional run game. We're already seeing him cook without even average support up front or on the ground. And that's the wild part. Shedeur done did all this and ain't had not even the run game or the offensive line in college or in the pros. So just imagine when Shedeur finally do get an offensive line and a steady run game. I don't know what happened to Quinshawn. If Shedeur get an offensive line, a true receiver one, I ain't gonna say he got to be on Travis level, but he got to be up there or even better. And a run game, Coach, go ahead and trade for Shedeur. He a missing piece. The Indianapolis coach, go ahead and trade for Shedeur. He your missing piece. Shedeur is the missing piece. Because most of these mock drafts got Cleveland taking a receiver and an offensive lineman. Most of them. And computer just froze. Hold on. There you go. Most of them got Cleveland taking a wide receiver and an offensive lineman. But we steady in the media, Cleveland media saying they're going to take a quarterback. Now, you go ahead and take from Fernando Mendoza or Dante Moore if you want to. I already broke that down why I say Shedeur already better than them. Because the stats ain't lining up, and just out the blue, you telling me that these two guys that was at different schools, one of them couldn't even beat out Dylan Gabriel, and the other one went 6-7, 6-6, whatever the record was, and then magically come to Indiana and become the Heisman winner, and then you telling me he better than Shedeur? That's what you telling me. Magically. No.
That in this case, like if now at the same point, if he goes out and balls out, there's so many things going against Shedeur that in this case, like if now at the same point, if he goes out and balls out, you can go, look what he did in spite of all that.
Well, so that's what's been nice is that for the previous 3 games now, this week, it's been highlighted the things that he's had to overcome, which isn't, I mean, it took us all the way until Friday of this week, but he finally got some love across the board of the idea that he's doing it with what is, according to PFF, the 32nd ranked pass catching core and also the 32nd ranked offensive line when it comes to pass protection. So like he's finally getting credit for some of this stuff, which I think matters. Not only having the best stats out of any rookie quarterbacks for the previous 3 weeks, but then also 94 passer rating, everything in between, but also doing it while having nothing to work with. It just, after that game on Sunday, I felt like nobody was willing to recognize that side of it, and now they are, and that'll continue on into Sunday, obviously.
There's so many.
Get this man some help. Did you hear what he said? Did you hear what he said? The Cleveland Browns got the 32nd receiving core and the 32nd offensive line. Last time I checked, it's 1, 2, 3, it's 32 teams in the NFL. So if they rank number 32, that mean they last. And if they last, how you gonna evaluate 12? If you got the worst receiving core in the NFL, the worst offensive line in the NFL, and you still throw for 364 yards and score 4 touchdowns total, and you still lose, who? The head coach for the Bills. I played it earlier. Let me play it again for the one that wasn't here. Look at this.
What you've seen of Shedeur Sanders so far?
Good player, good young player, off to a great start. Dangerous with the tool set that he brings to the table. He's done a great job. I think their offense has actually ratcheted up since he's been under center. So that'll be a big challenge for us.
What you've seen of Shedeur Sanders so far?
Good player, good young player, off to a great start. Dangerous with the tool set that he brings to the table. He's done a great job. I think their offense has actually ratcheted up since he's been under center. So that'll be a big challenge for us.
That's the head coach for the Buffalo Bills, who they playing. You got the worst receiving core and the worst offensive line in the NFL, and the head coach that he going against this week telling you he dangerous. He's a good young quarterback, and the offense done revved up with him in there. Do that sound like a 5th-round pick? Do that sound like a quarterback that you wouldn't want to start next year? Do that sound like somebody you need to replace? Do that sound like that I need to draft a quarterback in the NFL 2026 draft? Do that sound like I need to get Mendoza or Dante Moore? That head coach got so much respect for a 5th-round pick, that's ridiculous. And you telling me this only his 4th start? 4.5 starts? He played 4.5 games and he got a dangerous tool set. He's revved up the offense. That man ain't even took first team reps until second half in the Ravens game. Savage. Dante Moore couldn't even beat out Dylan Gabriel. Look here now. Why do it take other teams to see what the Cleveland Browns got? It took a head coach from another team to say what Kevin can't even say. Kevin can't even utter it out his mouth. He barely could say Shedeur's name. The other head coach said Shedeur is got a dangerous tool set. If you want me to go a little farther, what boy? Bro, they're right here.
A lot of confidence in him. Talented player. A lot of confidence in him. Talented player. Can use his legs. Smart as well. So he's a good quarterback.
There's somebody he about to be playing against. Maybe they just hyping Shedeur up and just talking him up just because they going against him. Or maybe they watch the film. Maybe they see what we've been on. I think they watched the film. And I think they seen like, wow, if this dude developed, if this dude slow it down, if he ever get right, he gonna be dangerous. Let me ask y'all this. Let me answer the question for me. Why are these teams blitzing Shedeur like this? Huh? Is it because Shedeur can't read the defense? No, I don't think it's that. I think it's that you trying to get the ball out quick, because if he stand back there with a clean pocket, you know he gonna pick you apart. You gotta put pressure on Shedeur, because the offensive line is ranked number 32. You know they ain't gonna block. You know they ain't gonna block. Look at this.
Watch him get. The Browns have one of the worst offensive lines in the league, but the one player that stands out on tape is their left tackle Cam Robinson. He's currently ranked the 79 tackle out of 83 on PFF, and frankly, he's just not very good. Just watch him on this play. He's going up against Pro Bowler Montez Sweat, and Sweat used a one-arm bull rush on Robinson, but watch him get driven back and fully turned around so far that he falls right into Shedeur. And Montez Sweat kept abusing the same move on Cam Robinson throughout the game, and every time it resulted in him getting driven back. But he's also not very good against the speed rush as well. Just watch him get his hand swiped right off the line, and he gets beat right away. So Shedeur immediately steps up in the pocket and buys time to find Judy near the sideline. And for once, he actually catches it. And then on this play, he gets beat again right away by overextending too far, and he gives up the inside. He's also very bad in the run game as well. Watch him attempt a chip on this defensive tackle, but touch straight air. Then he goes to the second level to block the linebacker, but completely misses. And then that same linebacker makes a tackle on Judkins. And then on this play, they have him pulling on this outside zone run, but he completely misses his block, which results in Judkins getting stuffed in the backfield. He's on the last year of his contract, so this should be the last year he's on the Browns. But the Browns need to definitely upgrade their offensive line in the offseason because it's pretty bad right now.
And they traded for that man. Andrew Berry made a trade to bring him now. During the season. They needed that much help that they traded for that man. And if y'all see it, guess who else see it? If y'all watch that film, them little bitty TikTok that we just seen, what you think the other team doing when they sit there and watch all 4.5 games of Shedeur? Hell, they can go back to when Dylan Gabriel played. What you think them teams looking at? See, you got to put the whole totality in the context. You got to put everything in there. They just ain't watching Shedeur. Why you think them defensive coordinators walk them players up? It ain't confusing Shedeur like that. It confusing them linemen because they ranked 32 in the league. And when I told y'all these receivers can't get open, they ranked 32nd in the league. You got a jag out there, and your best receiver is a tight end who a rookie. Can't nobody get open but Fannin. And then bruh didn't drop nothing in college. He get to the NFL to stop dropping balls. Shedeur couldn't put it no better. He threw it on his hands. And he dropped it. Bond ain't nothing. He got speed. That's it. He should have stayed at Bama. I'm telling you right now, man. Shedeur come on now. You went from one team that couldn't block to another team that couldn't block. That's in the NFL. That's crazy. Look at this. Cleveland Browns. Shedeur Sanders is the deal. 4 of your 5 offensive linemen are out injured. Your backup O-line are also out injured. We're sending you out there with third string to block for you. Your running backs will hit at the handoff on every carry, and they will average 1 yard per carry. We will only rush 3 because the O-line is absolutely trash. The rest of the entire defense will sit back waiting for you to throw. You will have to just 2 targets. A rookie free agent who only runs deep route. There go your Isaiah Bond. And a rookie 3rd round pick at tight end. The tight end would be double teamed for the entire game because he's the best receiver. Your number one receiver can't catch and spend the bulk of the game jogging and pouting. One of your best catching and blocking tight ends will also be out injured. Your head coach does not like you, so he will be doing everything in his power to sabotage you, including sending you out with the wrong plays. Your special team coach is horrific, so you will start many of your drives inside your own 3-yard line. Other than that, oh yeah, one last thing. You will only have 4 to 5 weeks of practice reps where first-round draft picks will enjoy the full benefit of the entire offseason programs. Now go out there and show us why you deserve to be our starting quarterback next year, or we will waste a top 5 draft pick on another quarterback and surround him with the same trash roster and the same trash coaching staff. I ain't write it. I ain't write it. But it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Then I closed it. That's when I need it. It's the same thing. Look at it right here.
He's completing.
I ain't watched this whole thing, but I think Tony G was trying to make a point. But I ain't defending him.
When it comes to Shedeur, he's completing 52% of his passes. 65% is the NFL average. He completed 72% at Colorado. He's down 20%. That's more than any rookie quarterback is down this year. So I think what we're talking about is far from a finished product for sure. And I don't know if there's enough evidence to commit to him at this point, no matter who's making that decision. There really has been no major advocate for Shedeur in the building, starting with the GM. I don't think 7 games is going to be enough to change their minds. I think they felt they were going to get their franchise quarterback in a future year, not this year. When it comes to
somebody need to tell Tony what we just read and what we just seen. If the Cleveland Browns got the worst offensive line, the worst receiving core, you just seen the offensive lineman whiffing. A dude you traded for during the season, so you wasted another draft pick on that trash dude. And I told y'all before I even seen that clip, I said Cam Robinson ain't been good since he left out college. I told y'all that before I even seen that clip. If you were here, you know. Then I'm sitting here listening to Tony, and I'm like, he ain't seen none of this. Your run game ain't been there. Your offensive line can't block. Your receiver can't catch. Then what we just read. We just read the whole thing. The special team bad. You starting at the 3-yard line. Your rookie tight end, who your best receiver, getting double teamed. Your other tight end hurt. You're playing with the 3rd offensive line. You have no run game again. How Quinshawn run for 6 to 8 plus yards a game with Dylan Gabriel and Joe Flacco, but can't even crack 30 with Shedeur? He did it one time because it was garbage, because they kept running the ball in the 3rd quarter versus the 49ers. Look, Wyatt Teller, they trying to get rid of him too. His wife posted that picture of Shedeur, Wyatt holding Shedeur up. That was it. We ain't seen Wyatt no more. We ain't seen him in the game no more. It's ridiculous, man. Then you got the running back. He's so worried about what they posting on the internet. He need to be worried about hitting that hole. The way the internet try to put us against each other is weird. All I got to say is stay on that side. Boy. Woo. I'm telling you, man, this thing getting ridiculous. This thing getting ridiculous. Y'all still with me? Gage about to get cut. He muff another punt. Man, they clear his best option. He'll be fine. No, it ain't his best option. His best option get traded to the Colts and start over there. They his best option. Play who guys against each other? Free Teller, yep. Running down weak team. No, you won. No, you won. Build a trend for the quarterback. Exactly. You got a quarterback. I told y'all Judah was number 3. He a Jag. He a Jag. Then you mess around and tell me this? Look at this buffoonery. The Browns will consider starting Deshaun Watson next season if they believe Shedeur Sanders is capable of leading the franchise forward. Even if the Browns decide to roll with Sanders, he'll have to demonstrate throughout the offseason program that he's poised to win in 2026, or the Browns will consider starting Deshaun Watson until he's ready. It's already been determined that Watson will remain on the Browns roster in 2026 after recovering from back-to-back Achilles tear. They put via Mary Kay. I don't know how true this is. Let me put that for y'all go down there. You need to fact check. I seen it. That's what I'm reading. Just like y'all would read it and believe it. But I don't know how true it is. But I guarantee you one thing. Deshaun Watson is on this roster for next year. Unless Cleveland trade Deshaun, he is on the roster next year. I'm telling you right now. Unless they trade Deshaun Watson, he is on the roster. So this could be believable and a huge possibility, which makes no sense. Because now you're doing the same thing you did this year. You're going to do Shedeur the same way you did this year. Next year, talking about going to start Deshaun until he get ready. Now, if you start Deshaun, you better stick with Deshaun. It was crazy. That's ridiculous. How can one interview a potential coach if he not playing? I don't know. Shit. Ain't no competing. If the owner done said he big swing and a miss, I don't see how Deshaun Watson play. Now you reneging. You reneging on everything you said as an owner. He had to be QB2. He gonna have to be. He can't be QB1. That's what I'm saying, Savage. The only way he's gonna get better is with reps. Why would you even do that? You put him in the same situation that you just had him in. Not getting first team reps, having a vet start, and then you trade the vet, then you throw him in there in the fire again. Wow, I'm trying to read some of y'all comment right quick. Hold on. Did the one. Yeah, did the one.
For 2 reasons. One, I'm leaning Shedeur for 2 reasons. One, I think Shedeur has something, and I want to see that before I move on. 2, I just can't. I can't believe. I as of right now, I don't believe any of the quarterbacks in this draft 5 years from now are going to be definitively better than Shedeur. That doesn't mean that they're not going to be drafted in the first round. But what I mean is, I think Shedeur. I think he was a
nice
top 40
spin
pick
on this. I like this.
Stop.
I like this. What a supporter we have here.
But I think Shedeur was a top 40 player in this last draft. I didn't think he was a top 5 player. I think Shedeur, at his best, is going to be somewhere between the 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th best quarterback in the NFL. I don't know Fernando Mendoza is going to be anything more than that. I'm leaning Shedeur for.
I'm telling you right now, we don't know what they're going to be. We don't even know what Shedeur going to be 4-5 years from now. But that's what I told y'all. You got to wait. You're going to have to wait to see for sure. We know what Terrell can do. We see what he's doing right now. And as he develop and get better and the game slow down and he know more about the NFL and he know more about these defenses and the schemes and what they're trying to run, it's going to be dangerous. I know that. That's what I do know. But you telling me you about to draft a quarterback and had to do him the same? You're going to have to think about this now. If Cleveland drafted a quarterback, they got to do the same thing they did with Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur. They got to do it all over again. So now you got to develop another quarterback or try to develop a quarterback, or maybe you just looking for a finished product. And Fernando Mendoza or Dante Moore don't look like a finished product to me. If you telling me, if you done told me Dylan Gabriel biggest advantage was him playing in all these different systems in college, that what gives him the best advantage over Shedeur. He's a supercomputer. Mendoza only a junior. Dante Moore started in UCLA and then transferred. But all of a sudden, they the number 1 and number 2 pick. Dante Moore couldn't beat out Dylan Gabriel. Fernando Mendoza was 6 and 7 at Cal. Franchise well. Cleveland, just trade back like you did this past draft. Just trade back, get you another first-round pick for 2027, and rock like that. Get your receiver and your offensive lineman in the first round and keep building. Get another receiver next year and maybe work on your defense, or get another get a receiver and offensive lineman 2 years in a row. 2 years in a row. That's what you need to do, Cleveland. Don't draft the quarterback. Don't draft the quarterback. But that's what I'm saying, Savage. Don't tell me the biggest advantage for Dylan Gabriel with him staying in college and playing with all them coordinators and stuff. But now these boys about to come out and they're gonna be the number one and number 2 pick. And all of a sudden, Shedeur don't mean that. Like, bro, y'all, boy, they're ridiculous. How y'all just be picking and choosing what y'all want to say, then it don't apply to nobody else. It don't apply to nobody else. It just only apply to Shedeur. That's all who it applies to. They're ridiculous. Let's look at this right quick. Maybe Tony redeemed himself.
Sort of the Daily Grossi. It is Tuesday, December 16th. The Brown season rolls along. It's a death march, many would say, Tony, these last 3 games here, other than the obvious thing.
Well, I think
conclusion. Change is on the, I gotta do it. You seem pretty definitive that a coaching change is on the horizon at the very least. What makes you kind of get to that conclusion, other than the obvious thing?
Well, I think the record speaks loud, and it doesn't look like they're just capable of winning at this point, with the injuries now mounting and on top of all the other holes. And then the schedule, home versus Buffalo, home versus Pittsburgh, at Cincinnati, with Joe Burrow intending to play, the rest of the season. So I think back-to-back 3 and 14 seasons are very tough to sell to your fan base that we're in the right direction, Now, I do leave a little bit there if they would somehow miraculous win 3 games and end up 6 and 11, I think the owner might make the case that, we're on our way back. But that would be a miracle finish the way the Browns are right now. So yeah, I think the record is number 1, and just the team direction seems lost. The team's not getting better. And some things on the team are getting worse.
Do you think that Jimmy has already made up his mind, or do you think that he's willing to take this up until Sunday at 4:30, whenever after that Bengals game?
Well, I think we're on a week-to-week basis right now, and Stefanski and his staff are, running out of time. Mathematically, like I said, 6 wins would be double last year. You could easily stand in front of your fan base and say, "Hey, we all know the problems we had this year. We still won twice as many games with 2 rookie quarterbacks." So I don't think he's totally made up his mind. I think he's resigned to the inevitable. And why he's let it go to this point is that I think he was hoping that Stefanski would give him enough reason to be able to say, "No, we're fine, just stay in pat." But those reasons are diminishing at this point.
Who do you think, for the longest time, 10 years almost, Paul DePodesta was kind of that voice in Jimmy's ear, a trusted person that he kind of leaned on? Depot's the one who put together the Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski pairing. Do you think that currently Jimmy Haslam has somebody who he's leaning on at that level of like talking to, or is he kind of flying solo right now?
Yeah, I don't know if there's anyone inside the building, Chops, unless
or
Andrew
externally, even externally.
Well, that's different. There might be someone outside the building. He has, over the course of his ownership, talked to people like Bill Parcells and kingpins in the league who might be retired at this point. But those conversations didn't help during those times.
And look here, that's exactly why. That's exactly why they lose. You talking to old coaches in a whole different era of football. The game ain't played like when they coached. The game ain't played like that. You had a baseball guy help run your organization, listening to him. Then you talking to an old, I don't care if he a legend. I don't care. The game done changed from when he played. So he gonna see stuff a little different.
That was when he was firing coaches every other year. So I'm not sure who he's leaning on right now, but there's a void there, a sounding board, unless the GM Andrew Berry has taken up that void, and I'm not sure that's the case. But I think that lack of a sounding board might be one reason he's kind of been hoping for it to work out the way things stand, and again, that diminishes every week.
Do you think? I mean, we're 6-7 years removed from the last time that Jimmy's done anything like we're maybe anticipating him doing. It's like you said, when you see him at practice and everything, it's not like he's looking angry or mean or
no.
So it's almost like, I'm trying to think, like, has he learned from like, or does he have a plan we don't even know about? Like maybe he already has something that he talked about with somebody,
I think one of the things he's learned a couple things, and patience was one. I mean, listen, the partnership of Andrew Berry and Stefanski is in its 6th year. That far exceeds anybody that Haslam has hired in those jobs. So that's one place he's grown in patience. And the other thing is, I don't think he wears his emotions on his sleeves like he used to. You used to see these cutaways on the broadcast of the game of him in the owner's box, just looking like any fan would. And I think he's careful about that now. And when I see him at practice or on a road game or something, or at the game, he doesn't have that scowl, that you've seen in images before. So that doesn't mean he doesn't care anymore. That just means he knows he's very photogenic and is trying to avoid that vibe he gives off.
How much do you?
They ain't talked about Shedeur yet. I'll come back to that later. I had to watch it on my own. Thought he was about to say something about Shedeur. Did y'all receive
Watch this matchup here. Jerry Jeudy and Jalen Johnson. Johnson right here, like this is a good release by Jeudy. He gets free right here. He gets Jalen turned around, and Shedeur is going to throw a perfect throw. Now, Jeudy lets the ball come into his body and bounces, and Jalen takes it away from him. His first interception of the season. I mean, just like this is a den of thieves. The Bears, 21 interceptions on the season, leads the league. But the throw is a great throw, especially with the cornerback playing blind. But Jalen's got his hands right in his rib cage right there and strips the ball away and takes it away for his first interception of the season. Rob Shedeur of maybe getting a touchdown, getting back in the game. Like, man, just one more look at this thing right here. The throw should be a touchdown, but right there, Jalen takes it away. I mean, excellent photography right here of Johnson's first interception.
A jag. Just a guy. Then my last one.
A massive whiff by the Browns. And, I think that was a massive whiff by the Browns. And, I think that might be where the big rift between Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski came into play, because I think obviously Andrew Berry took a liking to Shedeur Sanders, and I think he probably would have taken Shedeur Sanders earlier in the draft. But this is just my belief. Again, no reporting, no facts, no nothing. This is just my speculation. But I'm speculating that Kevin Stefanski is the one who really fell in love with Dillon Gabriel, made the strong push to get Dillon Gabriel. And so I think Andrew Berry said, okay, fine. Then this is what I'm going to do at the top of the draft. I'm going to trade back, take some of these players, fill out the roster where I want to. And then, Kevin got his wish to get Dillon. It's just such a shame because, we could have had the offensive guard that the Patriots took after that Dillon Gabriel pick, Jared Wilson. We could have had Xavier Watts, who I wanted at that pick. I wanted Xavier Watts, the safety who the Falcons ended up taking out of Notre Dame. I wanted him in the second round. Okay. And when he was available late third round, it was like, that was a no-brainer pick. We should have taken him. Instead, we wasted a pick on Dillon Gabriel, who I don't think will ever be suitable for the NFL. He might be able to fill in relief here and there, maybe take a spot start as a backup a couple times over his career. But, the whole sentiment that, Dillon Gabriel's got a long NFL career. He'll be a backup in this league for a long time. That I don't see as the future.
I never understand why they took Dillon Gabriel in the third round, besides the collusion. And like bro just said, I believe that too. Andrew Berry was shutting up Kevin and drafted Dillon Gabriel, but I don't know why they would have did it in the third round when bro wasn't going nowhere. Didn't nobody want Dillon Gabriel that bad. Dillon Gabriel was not about to go nowhere on nobody's roster that early. They probably could have got Dillon Gabriel in the 6th, 7th round. Man, I tell you, it's ridiculous, man. Just more and more stuff that keep coming out, bro. I'm telling you. Last thing I want to talk about, I know I ain't talked about it yet. Bro. Colorado done lost their best defensive player for the second year in a row. For the second year in a row, Colorado best defensive player then jumped in the portal. Bayard, man. Bayard in the portal. Oh my goodness. Just when you think you were about to stack players on the Colorado defense and build off of it, he jumped in the portal. And then the next name y'all see, I had a feeling he was going to do it. I had a feeling Mario Miller was going to get in there. I had a feeling he was about to jump in there. And the dude right here, Smith, he can go ahead and go offensive lineman. You can go ahead and go. He jumped in the portal. TJ Branch, he jumped in the portal. I wanted to see him play more. This dude was a big butt. I see why you got I see why Big O got out of there, out of Bama. Well, you weren't doing that at Bama. Then they got Love, King, and then Walker. But I wanted to see the linebacker play. Came down here from Buford. That boy went to Langston Hughes. But I don't know why they ain't see the field. You know, I don't know what go on in practice. I hope Cole Prime ain't playing favorite. You know what I'm saying? They say they play the best players, but I don't know. I don't know what, you know, what go on as far as how they determine the depth chart. Yeah, Buford like that area, they just won state. They just won state. 2 nights ago, they just won state. They're crazy. But man, Colorado, I don't know who they're gonna get in the portal, but right now, they only got 8. They only got 8 in the portal right now. So I mean, they ain't losing at this moment, they ain't losing too many. Because the main one I'm worried about is this one. Juju. That's the main one I'm worried about. And it looked like he's staying. What some call chaos, I'll call home. I love this game. Folsom Field, Buff Nation. That tell me right there that he's staying. That he's staying. Then the one that reposted it, JoJo Williams, he's staying. Now, if both of these stay for now, this might be the go-to connection. Especially the way Juju looked. How he stayed in that pocket and was slinging that thing. They need to get Draylon more involved, man. I don't know why they ain't had Draylon involved like they did the year before. He was more involved the year before than he was this past year. But maybe it's because of the quarterback situation. Because K-Salt catfished us, bro. K-Salt was a catfish. I'm telling you, bro. You up there and put that model. I'm using it in male terms, getting catfished by a female. Though. I don't want y'all to think I'm Diddy or nothing. You know what I'm saying? He up there done butter it up and made it look all pretty and nice. The film look amazing. He just looked like the perfect quarterback to come behind Shedeur. Then he get in there. First game, Georgia Tech. I'm like, okay. He ain't play too bad. They had a chance to win against a real good Georgia Tech team. Then all of a sudden, the bottom just fall out. Like he's sitting up behind the computer. He done put a female picture up there when he a dude up here catfishing us, trying to get us to take him out. So we take him out, then we find out he a dude. No Diddy. That man better graduate. Cause you gonna be sitting at home with me, bro. I'm just letting you know, you ain't getting drafted. You're not. Not at all. Whew. I'm just glad Juju stand. Then the big tight end. I thought they was I watched that tight end film right here. Where he at? Right there. I watched his film. I thought they were gonna use him. I thought they were gonna use Zach. They ain't even use Zach like that. They ain't even use Zach like that. But yeah, they do that in real life. That's ridiculous. Then the assistant coach that was calling the offensive play them last couple of games, he done went it and got an offensive coordinator job in Nevada. I ain't mad at him. Probably more money, and in the position he probably won't is a full-time offensive coordinator. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't elevating, you're getting fired. Ain't that what Dion said? He said you want to see y'all elevate. Hey, look, it ain't about no coaching staff, about the NIL now. Players ain't worried about no coaching staff. Hey, Nick Saban, that's why he retired. That's why he retired. He ain't jumped in no portal yet. But yeah, T, and I tell you something even worse. Before you have some of these dudes out here, they how hard it done got, man. They how hard it done got. Folk desperate for their money. They do anything. Dudes will be out here, got full female videos, naked pictures, all that type stuff. Putting it on Snapchat, putting it on OnlyFans, whatever. They dudes. Telling dudes to pay them so they can send them these videos. But the dude think it's a female. They're paying for it. He'll think it's a female. Well, I tell you, bro. Come on now. Nah, I ain't see no who the new offensive coordinator. I ain't see it. Colorado got a lot of work to do. But I'm just glad he got on. I'm just glad he got Juju still. Probably should have started the season, knowing what we know now. No, did I was just saying. Dylan Edwards, I don't know. I ain't even know he was in the portal. I just looked at Colorado. I just looked at it today. I ain't looked at everything. I just looked at it today. But yeah. Whoo, that's about all I got, man. I'm about to go to sleep. Gotta get up and work out in the morning. He could. If he ball out, he ain't gonna do nothing but get better. They gotta fit that defense though, bro. Colorado defense was trash. They played good in the first couple games. After that, that was all she wrote. Come back to see you. I don't know. You gotta do a mock draft. Probably. They got it on PPF. You can do one on there. I think you can do one a day. But yeah, play good the first half, man. Fell off a cliff. Boy, I'm mad Bayard gone, but I thought he was gonna stay. Hill Green left. Now Bayard done left. There were Colorado 2 top players 2 years in a row. But just because they jumped in the portal don't mean they gone though. And let Cole Prime say, yeah, you jump in that portal, you can't come back. But I don't think he'll do that. I don't think he'll do that. I think he'll let them come back, but they probably won't play. But I don't know. These boys jumping in that portal like crazy already. West Virginia got a whole bunch of them in there. Jumped in today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players jumped in. 6. Ohio State got 1. Texas. A lot of these boys ain't played. That thing about the portal, unless you a top player, like Bayard and Raiola, what his name? Over there in Nebraska. Quarterback. You know, a lot of these boys ain't played. That's why they transferring, so they can get the chance to play. And then you do have some on that have played, but they be the one that go quick, that everybody want. Man, they need somebody. Colorado need the Texas Tech money. They need that oil money. Ain't nobody up there. All the $100 million houses up there in Colorado. Ain't nobody donating to the roster, to the team, to the school. Nobody. That's crazy. But I'm about to go ahead and get out that thing, man. Look out for my video in the morning. Got a lot of content we just went through. Yeah, they need their NIL money up. Man, look. That fool gold on Texas Tech or Texas A&M. Texas Tech got that oil money. Did I say Texas A&M? Boy, man, Mahomes, yeah, that's who I'm talking about. But I'm up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all for coming. Hit that like button, subscribe, and share. Tell your friend. Oh, last thing. I forgot. Dang. I don't know how true it is yet because ain't nothing been officially announced. But if it is true, Pro Bowl bound Shedeur Sanders received the most fan vote for the NFL Pro Bowl despite starting only 3 games this season. According to the league source, this marks the first time in NFL history that a player finished first overall in Pro Bowl voting with such limited starts. Sanders' impact, popularity, and start power clearly resonate with fans nationwide, turning a short sample size into a historic moment for limited snaps to league-wide recognition. Shedeur's rise is officially unprecedented. Now, I don't know how true it is. Like I said, it ain't no official Pro Bowl roster out yet, so we're going to see if he made it or not. But I just seen that, and y'all know y'all believe everything y'all see. So I'm believing it too. But it is what it is. Appreciate y'all.
He came to me in the midnight hour with a voice like thunder and a peace like fire. He said, you're in a war, my son, but you're not fighting alone. Michael, oh, the angel of war, he told me to stand strong, hold on a little more. Michael, he whispered in my ear, said every blessing coming starts with me right here. Michael, he told me I'm not alone. Said my faith gon' move the stone. Michael, he told me I'm not alone. Michael, said my faith gon' move the stone. I was walking through a season full of trouble, full of pain. Storm clouds all around me, thunder rolling in my brain. But he showed up like a soldier, wings shining in the dark. Said, fear not, mighty warrior, you were chosen from the start. He said, stand up, be ready, the battle's in the air, but heaven fighting with you, so don't you ever fear. Move forward in your purpose, move forward in your dream, cause when you move in faith, heaven moves with thee. Michael, the angel of war, he told me to stand strong, hold on a little more. He whispered in my ear, said every blessing coming starts with me right here. He told me I'm not alone, said my faith gon' move the stone. He told me I'm not alone, said my faith gon' move the stone. He said anything you touch gon' turn to testimony. Anything you speak gon' turn to kingdom glory. Anything you dream gon' manifest in time. Just stay in the spirit and your light gon' shine. He said your family is covered, everyone connected, blessed. God gon' heal the broken pieces, God gon' bring you rest. You stepping into favor, this season is divine. You the spark for generations, it all begins with your mind.
He told me go move now,
Move now,
walk in your purpose,
break every chain.
break every chain.
You were born for greatness.
The blessing starts with you,
Will you
your whole family blessed.
bless, bless?
Bless Michael.
The angel of war, he told me to stand strong, hold on a little more.
Michael,
He whispered in my ear, said every blessing coming starts with me right here.
Michael,
He told me I'm not alone, said my faith gon' move the stone. said, you are chosen. You are covered. You are anointed. You are becoming everything God called you to be. Now move and watch heaven move with you.